morning, everyone. Good morning, Minister, principals of Tucker's Point, of Rosewood, and the BIU and HSBC Bank. And good morning, everyone. It's very happy to see particularly the staff here of Tucker's Point, because in our discussions that we have been having in getting to this point, you have been very much on our minds, myself and the ministers and the government, because we know that what happens here is also important to you, and ensuring the viability of Tucker's Point is important to you, your families, and the country. Thank you, Minister Minus, for getting right to the heart of the matter, that hotel development is a national priority. As such, the Ministry of Environment, Planning, and Infrastructure Strategy would like also to pledge its support for this development project and the one that is being proposed with the SDO. The SDOs themselves are used to achieve a national priority that could not be otherwise met through the normal planning regime. They are not aberrations. They are duly provided for in the legislation that governs planning in Bermuda. SDOs are a part of the structure, so they are there to assist with certain types of development that may not be able to be handled by the normal regime that the planning process provides. Under Section 15 of the Development and Planning Act 1974, the minister, myself, has the authority to make an SDO that grants planning permission for a development as specified within the particular order. An SDO enables the minister to respond to development needs that are strategic, national importance, or priority, and for which the DAB, the Development Applications Board, does not have the authority to grant permission. But the key with these tools is how we use them. SDOs are regarded by some of the critics, as you may have heard, as a way to circumvent the normal process. But they are in fact an important tool for the government and its minister to respond to any strategic or national issues of development that we can determine are essential for the country. The Tucker's Point Resort Residential Development is one of those developments that urgently needed this sort of mechanism, this special development order. I wish to highlight that the ministry is handling this in an extremely transparent manner, including what we've done today, table it in the legislature for debate, and granting in-principle approval only, rather than the final approval, thereby requiring the future developers to bring any sort of development to the Development Applications Board for approval, and subject to the terms that have been situated in the order for any final approval. I also want to underscore that there are very stringent conditions that have been attached to this particular order. Conditions that are designed to balance the economic need for hotel development with the environmental needs of Bermuda. Environmentally, Tucker's Point, the area of Tucker's Point, is very important, containing important woodland areas and habitats of national significance, with one of the highest percentages of native and endemic trees, species, per acre. The woodland areas on the property are among the largest on the island and have as its home some of the last standing mature native yellowwood trees in Bermuda, and provides the seed source to propagate the species once again on the island. The property also contains extensive cave systems due to the karst geology, and the systems have only been partially surveyed. The Planning Department and the Department of Conservation Services, along with the Sustainable Development Unit, have all contributed to crafting this SDO. For example, all existing and newly discovered cave structures on the proposed development sites will require a subterranean topographical survey to be completed by qualified specialists to geo-reference the caves for the any sort of considerations that must be made around any impacts they might have from the development. All maps, caves, features, all cave features must be mapped and new caves will require a minimum setback buffer of 30 feet for all structures and excavation. Additionally, any identified critical habitat or existing mature species, endemic, native, or ornamental plants must be recorded, and the sites and plants must be protected and provided with an adequate setback buffer. And there must be very detailed plans around any landscape in the use of native, ornamentals, or endemics for each lot that is proposed for development. The majority of areas subject to the order will require a conservation management plan on an area-wide basis. Additionally, as a compensatory measure, the mangrove lake, together with 2 other areas, respectively on the western and northeastern sides of Whitecrest Hill, are proposed to be donated to the government for conservation and management purposes. In closing, I want to thank the technical teams of both planning and conservation services for their careful attention to the issues that had to be addressed. Those conditions crafted in the order have been done with the benefit of their advice, knowledge, and expertise to ensure an effective balance between the development needs and the environmental needs. We are all sensitive to the special nature of this whole area, which is called Castle Harbor, and specifically, this SDO is crafted to satisfy that priority. So we are working together, trying to balance the needs of the environment and the economy, and we do feel that we found that balance, working with Tuckers Point, working with areas and the other departments of government, and we believe this is the best way forward. Thank you.